We have had a mystery on our hands this week. The scholars in this room are the crew of the mighty ship, the Envisioneers. While in search of an ancient treasure, we were marooned on an island.
And a key part of the navigational map went missing. Of the entire crew, we considered 4 suspects. Today you will hear the evidence collected against Dr. Smart and Shipwright Neff. We had crewmates with broken bones and collapsed lungs. That's why we had to learn about all this.
My friend Layla is going to demonstrate how to split a broken arm. First, she will start on the arm that isn't broken, so she doesn't hurt my bad arm. Then she will fold right where the knuckles are, so my fingers can breathe. Then she will shape it so my arm will fit. Then she will put it on my broken arm. And then she will bandage it. That is how you fix it. That is how you split a broken arm. Now on to our friends, Eliana and Layla.
Today I will be showing you my model lung.
I will be too.
Here is my lung. Here is its nostril and trachea.
It's a diaphragm and lungs.
And this is how it works. When you pull down on the diaphragm, the balloon inflates. And when you push up on the diaphragm, the balloon deflates. And that is how your lungs work. This is a collapsed lung.
It has a hole in it.
And so it'll make it harder for you to breathe.
We needed to help Chief Stewart to help solve the mystery, and that is all. No one's engineering.
The robots were made to go through dangerous parts of the island. We also used and programmed the robots to rescue 2 missing crew members. The robots rescued Sydney Young and Shipwright Neff. The robots are made up of circuits like the motherboard on top and the motors of the sensor and the line follower.
It was too dangerous for the crewmates to go into the flood, so they built robots to help them. The crewmates built a bridge to help.
We all had to get electronic devices and this app called MakeBlock Blocky. We did so much, including making it dodge obstacles. Only half the robots sensed the obstacles. And doing lights and different things for our books. Now you will hear from Medical Examiner B.
One of the crew members, Cindy Young, claimed that she was kidnapped by Neff and was bitten by a snake. In order to treat Cindy Young's snake bite, we had to learn about 2 different types of venom, hematoxic and neurotoxic. We also had to learn about 4 different types of snakes that would have bitten her. The 4 snakes are the king cobra, the banded crate, the Malayan pit viper, and the red-tailed green rat snake.
There were 6 crew members on the ship that were having chest pain. In order to diagnose the 6 crew members, we dissected the calf heart to learn more about the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is made up of the veins in the heart. The heart is made up of 8 parts: the vena cava, the right and left atrium, the right and left ventricle, the aorta, pulmonary vein, and the pulmonary artery. I just inched off a piece of the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system was fun to learn about. Now it's time for the blood drop analysis.
Hello,
We are the blood splatter analysts, and we are here to bring evidence to the jury to prove that Dr. Smart and Robert Neff are guilty of stealing a piece of the ancient map. We begin by looking at the crime scene, seeing blood drops at the crime. We drop fake blood from 30 inches, or 66 inches, 30 inches, and 12 inches. To determine from what height the blood fell at the crime scene, which gives us only a couple more steps.
After we got the blood drops from the lab, we measured the blood drops to determine the average size of the blood drop in millimeters. We compared them to the 4 blood drops found at the crime scene and have determined the blood drop from around 30 inches. We believe that shipwright Robert Neff got the cut on his head from bumping his head on the chest and bent over to steal a piece of the map. We believe this is where the blood fell from.
As you heard from my fellow travelers, we were able to narrow this case down to 3 suspects. But to close this case, there's still one more step. To learn who the mastermind was, you will have to hear from the forensic scientist.
Investigating the crime scene, we looked for anything that might point us to. Luckily, we found 3 pieces of evidence. After examination, we found that one of the fingerprints matched Dr. Smart's. This means that Dr. Smart was at the crime scene when the crime happened. We found this all out by applying cocoa powder to the fingerprints, dusting some off, peeling it on tape, and lastly sticking it onto paper. Now some compelling evidence from Isaac and Keith.
Thanks to Biette, now we can wrap up this case with our final piece of evidence, the mystery powder. This turned out to be cornstarch.
Cornstarch is used to cure sunburn, soothe skin, and lastly help irritation.
Dr. Smart passed it out to everyone on the ship except for Cindy Young. Cindy Young did get some in the end though, which she took all for herself.
Based on all the evidence our study group has submitted, we believe that Dr. Smart and Shipwright Neff are guilty of stealing